Maybe it's overestimating his influence in Nigeria because I don't think his church members will vote for him for the presidency. Whether or not he decides to join the ADC, I don't think it's going to make any difference.
He may have been an accomplished person as a lawyer, as a pastor, but when it comes to politics, nobody takes him serious. I think in any political process, prior to the main election, the most basic thing is to win the primary election. And he couldn't pull it off. So he couldn't convince just one person, just one delegate to vote for him. He was unable to convince just one delegate, just one person to vote for him. And he's coming back to say that people are coercing him to come and join ADC. He is bringing nothing to the ADC unless they are hunting for his members.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the YNE podcast. Thank you for joining us. And if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, and share, and also engage with us in the comment section. So we're talking about the news that broke out earlier today or last few days about one of our daddies, Pastor Tunde Bakare, on the statement that he released about the ADC coalition pressuring him to join the coalition to basically betray his brother, the current president, which is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And this is the same man of God that visited the president and he couldn't share the outcomes of their discussions. And also, there was a time he lambasted the presidency, showing his dissatisfaction with the state of the country, with the state of the economy. And after that, he had a meeting with the president. And after the meeting, he couldn't share the discussion. So it looks like when someone is your brother, especially in Yoruba culture, you hardly go against them. So we shouldn't be so. Remember during President Jonathan's administration, these were the people that put together a protest because the price of fuel jumped and the economy wasn't as bad. But now that the economy is super terrible, the FX dollar to naira is horrible. I mean, kudos to the presidency, to the current administration. They've kind of worked it down. It was approaching $2,000 at some point, but I think now it's a little less than $1,500. So, which is good, but it's not where we want it to be. It's not what it used to be in the past. It's just unfortunate that when our leaders say the truth, they don't speak the truth because maybe the truth will affect them or affect their brother in power. And this shouldn't be so. As a leader, as an elder statesman, we should expect more from him. He's an elder statesman. He's a man of God. And he's also a politician. And he knows what's going on. And saying this, that he's been pressured to join ADC. And maybe it's overestimating his influence in Nigeria. Because I don't think his church members will vote for him for the presidency. But maybe it's overestimating his influence. Maybe that's what it is. Whether or not he decides to join the ADC, I don't think it's going to make any difference. What do you think?
It's really laughable, and it's really laughable that just like you said, it looks like he's overestimating himself. He's really thinking very highly of himself politically. He may have been an accomplished person as a lawyer, as a pastor, as a religious leader, but I am very certain that he's overestimating himself politically. In fact, in 2024 APC primary, he scored 0 votes. 0. Prior to that, he came out, he told his congregation in 2019 that he is next in line to be president. That Buhari is basically number 15 and he's number 16. That he was born to be president. And nothing will stop him. But he ended up scoring 0. When he was addressing the whole situation, he said that he scored 0 because he did not want to compromise his standard. But I thought God told him that he was going to be the next president. He was next in line to be president. I mean, every right-thinking Nigerian, nobody takes these rent-seeking people serious. They are rent seekers. They just seek for relevance. They just want people to talk about them. Nobody takes them serious politically. Like I said, He may have been an accomplished person as a lawyer, as a pastor, but when it comes to politics, nobody takes him serious. There are likes of them like that they don't take them serious, like him, Adiboye, a whole bunch of them, a whole bunch of religious leaders. Once you give them money, they go back to their holes and just, keep quiet. If somebody that they like so much is in power, they don't really have problem with the person. But if somebody they don't like is in power, yeah, they have the mouth to talk. They see all kinds of prophecy, they prophesy, they see all kinds of vision about Nigeria. But once their own person is in power, they just quickly keep quiet. So Tunde Bakare, I don't think anybody is taking him seriously. In fact, if you look at the comment, in the comment section, nobody is taking him serious. Everybody is calling his bluff. I can bet you that nobody is coercing him to come and join ADC. Nobody's talking to him. In fact, I'm very sure that he would not be able to convince his family to vote for him. Let him stand in front of his family and pitch his idea about how he wants to run Nigeria. I can bet you that his family members will not vote for him. So yeah, I mean, I think he's just talking for talking sake. Nobody's coercing him. He's not under any pressure. Nobody is talking to him. I mean, some of these pastors, they would rather lie to the people than say the truth. Nobody is talking to him. Nobody, like you said, he's overestimating himself.
Well, you don't know if people are actually talking to him. If he says people are talking to him, maybe people are truly talking to him because he's an older man, so you wouldn't think he would want to lie for any reason. But at the same time, we know that the coalition, they're looking to bring people together. They're looking to bring in people with different ideas, people with ties to the current president. So people will see the people from his states, the people in his party, deserting him in favor of ADC. Erufai ditched him. Aregbesola used to be in APC. He ditched her. I believe Pastor Bakare too is an APC. Maybe if they're able to bring him to their side, maybe that will give him a little bit more legitimacy in the Southwest. We don't know, but if he's saying that people are truly coercing him or pitching him the idea of coming to ADC, maybe it is true. We don't know. But I don't think he has the influence he thinks he has. Maybe he has some influence in Lagos. I'm sure he probably has influence in his church community. Yeah, but if you have to go to the north, go to the southeast, even some part of southwest, I don't think his influence is big enough to be able to pull anything or change the minds of people. I mean, a lot of people are suffering. A lot of people know what's really going on. I think the next general election will be a surprise to everybody. Maybe this is when people will wake up and stop collecting that 2,000 naira, 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira for the next 4 years. Maybe the suffering over the years will make them realize, hey, we need a better path. Even if this guy running is my brother, even if it's a father, we need to start looking out for ourselves. If they're not looking out for us, we need to start looking out for ourselves and elect people that will bring true change to the country, true change to the economy. That will change um, our brand internationally. And I know the Western president has been talking about branding and saying Nigeria is no longer being seen as a corrupt nation. This makes me want to say maybe they're out of touch with what's going on. We see what's happening all over the place. South Africa is asking for Nigerians to get out of their country. Ghana is asking for that Nigerians get out of their country. So, I mean, it's already bad. Maybe they're not really getting the whole picture. Maybe they're out of touch, but it is what it is. And people will be surprised that the people taking money may not want to take that money again when they go to the general elections because this suffering is widespread. A lot of people are struggling, and I don't think there's enough incentive to make them want to vote against their own interests.
I mean, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I still want to maintain that nobody is coercing him. He's just talking for talking sake. Nobody is talking to him. He has zero political value. If In fact, in 2011, he was Buhari's running mate. They couldn't pull that off. You know, it has that so much political value. Why couldn't they pull it off? In 2024, 2023, he ran against Tinubu. In fact, I think in any political process, like prior to the main election, the most basic thing is to win the primary election. And he couldn't pull it off. He's scored zero, because saying that he couldn't pull it off is, maybe I'm overstating, you know. He did not score anything. He scored zero. So he couldn't convince just one person, just one delegate to vote for him. He was unable to convince just one delegate, just one person to vote for him. And he's coming back to say that people are coercing him to come and join ADC. He is bringing nothing to the ADC unless they are hunting for his members. Other than that, he has zero political. In fact, the world has so changed that, you couldn't even tell people who to vote for now. I think, like you said, the next election will be a big shocker to people. I don't think people will be able to tell people how to vote again, because nobody is paying your bills. Nobody is paying your house rent. Nobody is buying foodstuffs in your groceries. Nobody is taking care of your children. So the era of telling people how to vote is probably going to be a thing of the past. Tunde Bakare has zero political value. In fact, he may not even be able to convince himself to vote for himself. That is how zero political value he has. So if he's saying that they are poaching him to come and join ADC, I believe that to be a lie, a complete lie. Yeah, I mean, being a liar has nothing to do with status, it has nothing to do with your career. We have seen a lot of pastors lie. I'm not saying he's a liar, but I mean, being a pastor does not stop people from lying. We've seen, in fact, there have been cases of general overseers lying with a straight face, just lying to their members. In fact, what do you want us to call his statement? He basically told his members that God said he was next in line after Buhari. That did not happen. So was that a lie, or God lied to him? It's up to him to tell us. So when you are saying that he's an old man, he has no reason to lie, I find that very funny. Tunde Bakare has zero political value. He should just stop overestimating himself. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Do you really think that people are poaching Tunde Bakare to come and join ADC, or you think he's just yapping just for yapping sake? Let us know what you think in the comment section, and we'll be happy to engage you.